The Grand Canyon has a way of swallowing sound. Wind echoes where voices once were, and footprints disappear faster than memories. When Aaron and Melissa Carter set out on their anniversary hike, no one expected it to be their last known moment on record.
Ever wondered where you really come from? Not the stories, but the science. On this channel, we decode real DNA, uncover lost ancestries, and bring ancient genomes to life through cinematic storytelling. If that excites you, subscribe for weekly insights. Like the video to support science-based history, and drop a comment. Your questions help guide what we explore next.
They were an ordinary couple from Nevada, quiet, affectionate, recently married, and eager to explore something vast together. They told the park ranger they planned to be back before sunset. They smiled, they waved, then they vanished. Search crews flooded the canyon for weeks. Helicopters scanned the cliffs. Volunteers combed ravines so steep they made even seasoned climbers hesitate. Melissa's backpack was found near a dried riverbed. Aaron's camera lay cracked against the rocks nearby. There were no bodies, no blood, no trail. Eventually, the headlines faded. People moved on, but whispers remained. Some said Aaron had pushed her. Others believed they staged the disappearance to escape debts. Melissa's parents never accepted any theory. They kept her room untouched, waiting for a knock that never came. 5 years passed. Then, one autumn evening, a man staggered out of the desert near Flagstaff, barefoot and skeletal, his hair long and matted with dust. He collapsed beside the highway just as a passing truck slowed. When paramedics asked his name, he paused for so long they thought he might not answer. "Aaron," he finally said. "Aaron Carter." The hospital staff didn't recognize the name at first. To them, he was just another lost soul pulled back from the desert. His body told a brutal story: severe dehydration, old fractures that never healed properly, scars layered over scars. He slept for nearly 16 hours straight. When he woke, 2 police officers were waiting. Aaron didn't resist. He didn't argue. He just stared at the ceiling as they asked their questions. "Where have you been for 5 years? What happened to your wife? Why did you come back now?" News spread quickly. The husband who vanished had returned, alone. Online forums exploded, comment sections filled with certainty and cruelty. People decided his guilt before he spoke a word. After all, it was easier to believe he had done something terrible than to accept a mystery that offered no closure. Aaron asks for one thing before giving a statement. "Let me tell it from the beginning," he said quietly. They had wandered off the marked trail, chasing a view Melissa wanted to photograph. The canyon changed faster than they expected. Shadows stretched, heat pressed down. What looked like a shortcut turned into a dead end. Then the storm came. Rain doesn't fall gently in the canyon. It arrives like punishment. A flash flood tore through the ravine without warning, ripping trees from the earth like weeds. Aaron remembered grabbing Melissa's hand. He remembered her screaming his name as water surged between them. Then a rock struck his head and everything disappeared. When he woke, the canyon was silent. Melissa was gone.
He searched until his voice failed. Days blurred together. He rationed water, ate insects, slept beneath ledges. Every path he followed seemed to fold back into the canyon itself. At some point, he stopped trying to leave. "I thought if I stayed," Aaron said, voice breaking, "maybe I'd find her, or maybe I deserved not to." He survived by instinct and guilt. Seasons passed. His reflection faded into something unrecognizable.
He lost count of years, but never of regret. Then one morning, he found a trail that hadn't been there before, newly exposed by erosion. It led out. He followed it without knowing why. The officers listened without interruption. When Aaron finished, the room was heavy with silence. They had no evidence to charge him, no proof to absolve him either. He was released under observation, free, but watched. That night, alone in his hospital room, Aaron stared at the ceiling and wondered if returning had been a mistake. Then came the knock. A woman stood in the doorway, her hand trembling against the frame. She looked older, thinner, stronger in ways pain only teaches. Aaron sat upright, his heart forgetting how to beat. Melissa. She hadn't died in the flood. She'd been thrown downstream and trapped beneath debris until the water receded. Injured and unable to walk far, she was found by a small off-grid group living deep within the canyon, people who avoided authorities, who believed the land should remain untouched. They took her in, healed her, and refused to help her leave. By the time she escaped years later, the world had already mourned her. She searched for Aaron, only to find rumors painting him as a murderer. Fear kept her silent, until she saw the headline. They didn't rush toward each other, they just stared, as if one sudden movement might undo reality. Aaron whispered her name like a prayer. Melissa crossed the room and placed her forehead against his. Both of them cried, not loudly, not dramatically, but with the kind of grief that comes from surviving something you were never meant to. The investigation was reopened, the truth unraveled, accusations dissolved. But some things couldn't be undone. 5 years had been taken from them. 5 years of birthdays, ordinary mornings, quiet evenings that never happened. As Melissa held Aaron's hand, she said something that stayed with everyone in the room. "The canyon didn't try to kill us," she said softly. "It just reminded us how small we are." Outside, the desert stretched endlessly under the setting sun, silent, vast, and indifferent. And for the first time, 2 people who had been swallowed by it walked back into the world together. If the person you loved vanished without answers, would you wait or would you let go? Tell us what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.